What's going on, everybody? Genesis Jones here with Total G-Shockers, and in this video we'll be comparing the Garmin Fenix 5 to the G-Shock GPR Rangeman to the Casio Pro Trek WSD-F20 watch. So let's get into it. So this video was actually inspired from a recent comment left from Daryl D1, who asked me to compare the iWatch 4 to the Garmin Fenix 5 to Casio. So shout out to you, Daryl D1, and no worries, we're working on that video comparison as we gather more information on the iWatch 4 once it's released, and we can have a more hands-on approach with it. But in the meantime, in between time, we thought that it might be interesting to compare the Garmin Fenix to both the GPR Rangeman and the Casio Pro Trek WSD-F20 and see what we're working with. So let's jump into it. Here's what I think about the Fenix 5 versus the GPRB1000 Rangeman versus the Pro Trek WSD-F20, and I'm going to rank them based on 5 categories. So number 1, we have design. The Garmin Fenix 5 has a rugged exterior that looks like it could possibly take some hits if necessary. 5 screws hold the beveled black bezel sturdy in place, while 5 circular buttons surround the 1.2-inch display. Now the inner bezel around the screen along with the outer bezel together measure about ½ an inch. Not a touchscreen, Garmin wanted to make sure that there were a series of buttons on both sides of the display for quick and easy navigation. Built tough, this Fenix 5 comes in a range of models, including the standard Fenix 5. So the styles include slate gray with a black band, slate gray with an amp yellow band, silver with a granite blue band, black sapphire with a black band, and slate gray sapphire with a metal band. The Fenix 5S styles include the rose gold stone sapphire with a white band, white with a Carrera white band, silver with a turquoise band, silver with a black band, black sapphire with a black band, champagne sapphire with a gray suede band, and champagne sapphire with a metal band. And of course we have the Fenix 5X. Styles include the slate gray sapphire with a black band and the slate gray sapphire with a metal band. Now for the Rangeman, there's also no touchscreen. Casio's history here isn't that good, as some of the older models with touchscreens are a little difficult to use. So instead, G-Shock chose to augment its Master of G watches with smart features that are relevant to the series theme, which is absolute toughness. So you can access modes and features using the 2 buttons on the left, and you can navigate and select them using the crown on the right. So you have the luxury of not being confused and frustrated by controlling the watch with various buttons on the side of the watch. Now it has a 60mm case, it weighs 142 grams, and it is a big bold watch that isn't for the faint of heart. Definitely resembling the style of a Mudmaster, the Rangeman also has a construction that combats dust, dirt, shock, high and low temperatures, mud, and water up to 200 meters. It also comes with a sapphire crystal over the face for extra damage control. The strap is reinforced with carbon fiber, which is a sturdy watch band material that is also comfortable while on your wrist. The full digital display is easy to read, and the backlight is bright and clear enough to illuminate the screen whenever you need it. Now it's not a huge screen, and it may take some time to learn some of the details on the screen, but that's fine. The GPRB1000 Rangeman is available in 2 models. We have black with red and silver accents, denoted as the GPRB1000-1. And then we have the olive green with silver and yellow accents, denoted as GPRB1000-1B. Now for the Pro Trek WSD-F20, it has a 1.32-inch screen that is large and easy to read. It has a dual layer LCD, which basically means that you have a color LCD screen so that you can access Android Wear and those special Casio outdoor features. But you also have the option to switch to the monochrome LCD, which will give you the time and date only. But this is the LCD that you can switch to if you want your watch to last up to a month without charging, for example. Now, if you want to navigate through the watch's many applications and tools, there are 3 metal buttons on the right side to help you with that. The top button is the tool button, and it helps you to cycle through the watch's compass, barometer, and altimeter. The bottom button brings up a map that shows your location through the built-in GPS, And the large button in the middle lets you access your Android Wear applications and also serves as a back button. And speaking of Android Wear, yes, this watch does operate on the Android Wear 2.0 technology. The interface is fluid, fast, and easy to use. You can use the Play Store to download apps onto the watch itself. Access to the Play Store in the watch means that you don't have to crowd your phone with Android Wear apps, since they can simply be installed on your WSD-F20. You can also use the large button in the middle to access Google Assistant, an AI assistant, and ask it to perform functions like to send a message or to set a reminder, for example. Now, the WSD-F20 is available in the following styles. We have the indigo blue, we have fluorite white, orange, black, and black with green accents. Number 2, battery life. One of the great things about wearing Garmin watches compared to other smartwatches is that you rarely have to think about recharging too often. Now, if you're not using the GPS or the heart rate monitor, the Fenix 5 will last up to 2 weeks. This means that if you forget to bring the charger on a trip lasting more than a day, then you'll be just fine with having ample juice on your watch. Now, if you are using GPS on that trip, then you might want to keep your charger nearby, since the battery life will last approximately 24 hours. Now, if you decide to turn off the Ultra Track mode, and for those who don't know, this is where the watch will ping the satellite once a minute, then the Fenix 5 should last for approximately 60 hours. And whenever it is time to charge the Garmin watch, you can get it done with a small USB cable that snaps into the port on the back of the watch. Now, for the GPR Rangeman, it of course has solar power. If there is no light that the Rangeman can access, then Casio also supplies a wireless charger that takes the battery to full charge in 5 hours. Now, for non-GPS function use, the battery life in this state is anywhere between 2 to 29 months. With GPS on continuous reception, expect a battery life of approximately 33 hours. For the WSD-F20, the battery life is standard. For non-GPS function use, ProTrek's battery life is as much as 1 month. On high accuracy GPS usage, the battery life is around 9 hours. And in battery saving tracking mode, the battery life is 25 hours. For charging, it uses a magnetic charging terminal. Number 3, activity tracking. So the Fenix 5 can track a plethora of activities since it is quick to pick up a GPS signal and is also smart enough to know when one activity has ended and another is beginning. In addition to monitoring running, this watch can also record your metrics when you're hiking, climbing, mountain biking, skiing, snowboarding, swimming, rowing, yet you get the picture. They also have the breadcrumb feature, which makes it easy to find your way back where you started if you're in uncharted territory. And when running, the Fenix 5 measures the distance with exceptional accuracy, VO2 max score, which is a measure of your overall fitness level, optical heart rate monitor, the intensity of your training over the past week, and it even has a race predictor which lists how fast the watch will think you'll complete a certain race given the activity that it has tracked so far. Pretty cool. The Rangeman is the first solar charged G-Shock watch with GPS, but it's not meant to navigate you to work and back, at least not quite yet. It's really meant to get you from point A to point B and is able to do this on the screen with directional guidance, which is based on the G-Shock connected app. With the built-in GPS, it's able to track the watch so that it doesn't drain the battery on your phone while the routes and waypoints are created in the app. And if you're a little lost when it comes to the GPS on the Rangeman, no need to worry. I've created a GPS series specifically for the Rangeman, so you know I've got you covered. Anyway, so the data syncs between the watch and the phone using Bluetooth, so your adventures are tracked and can be viewed as a timeline or on a 3D map if you choose. The customizable screen shows you everything from barometric pressure, sunrise and sunset times, and world times to GPS waypoint data. Now, the WSD-F20 also has GPS. Casio's location memory app is able to save the track you've taken and can show you where you are at any time instantly. And one of the best features of the tracking is that it can carry on in the background. You can use GPS to track a list of preloaded activities. There's hiking, trekking, skiing, canoeing, cycling, etc. You can also make the most of apps such as Google Fit for most general activity and fitness tracking, such as step counting and other third-party apps to boost your ProTrek Smart's skills. Now, one of the things that kind of suck is the fact that once you stop the activity that you track using Casio's built-in activity app, that's it. Like, you won't get a screen that gives you a summary of what you've just done. There's no comments as to whether you did well or ways to improve. No achievement levels, like nothing. The only way to see a basic summary of that activity is by swiping up the notification from the watch face, but once you dismiss it, it's gone. So the fact that your activity is not saved for review later is not cool with me. Anyway, a workaround could be to download a third-party fitness tracking app and to store it there. Number 4, app. So the Garmin app does require some time to actually learn, but once you have it, you're good to go. The home screen shows you how many steps you've taken and how much sleep you've had. It also shows your active calories, activities, MyFitnessPal, intensity minutes, and floors climb. Swiping to a different screen on the app will show you more information about various activities like steps, sleep, running, swimming, etc. Of course, you can customize how many of these pages show up, as well as the order in which these pages appear. The app also has options to click things like the calendar, leaderboard, newsfeed, snapshot, and more. Now, the G-Shock connected app is visually attractive, and all the main features of the watch, like alarms, world time, the moon and tide data, can be set up through it. We've noticed that connecting the watch to the app using an iPhone tends to be a lot easier than that on an Android. Now, when it comes to the WSD-F20, although it is alright on iOS devices, it's a smoother experience on Android devices. I know, shocker, right? And there are 4 unique apps built specifically for the Casio smartwatch. There's the Tool app, the Activity app, so that you can track activities like the cycling, fishing, snow sports, etc. You have the Moment Setter, which only works on Android phones and is where you can set unique notifications for different activities. And the Location Memory, which lets you leave memos and marks the maps as reminders of key landmarks or places of interest. And of course, there are more apps to choose from to load directly onto your watch. Now, one of the things that I like is for those that like to do endurance type events and you're all about those gains, you know what I'm talking about. You can get the ProTrek Smart to remind you to rehydrate or refuel every time you burn a set number of calories, which I find pretty cool. And number 5, other features. Now, here are some other things that you may find helpful about these 3 watches. All of them have ABC features, right? The altimeter, barometer, compass. For the Garmin Fenix 5, the Bluetooth adapter, which when connected allows you to see emails, texts, and alerts from the phone directly on the watch. The Rangeman doesn't display your emails, texts, and alerts, just FYI, because it's not really considered a smartwatch. For the WSD-F20, it also allows you to see emails, texts, alerts directly on your watch. The Sapphire Glass Garmin models also feature Wi-Fi and can then send the recorded activities to the Garmin Connect app, even when the phone and app aren't paired through Bluetooth. Now, in the event that the WSD-F20 loses GPS, you can use offline color maps which let you navigate even when you're out of sight. When it comes to the Rangeman and being connected to the phone through Bluetooth, just know that when you lose that connection, you no longer can create routes or manage log data in the app, but you can still use features like triple sensor and GPS navigation, of course. Now, water resistance for the Rangeman is 200 meters. For the Garmin Fenix 5, it's 100 meters. And for the WSD-F20, it's 50 meters. So which one is the best? Well, it depends, right? From a design perspective, all of them are great. Now, if you prefer a watch with a smaller case size and is lightweight, then the Fenix 5 is great. It has between a 42 to 51 millimeter case size. Now, this range depends on which Fenix 5 model you get, and it weighs between 68 to 98 grams. The WSD-F20 has a 61.7 millimeter case size and weighs 92 grams. And of course, the Rangeman has a 60.3 millimeter case size and weighs 142 grams. If you don't mind having a more rugged looking timepiece whose company is built on the toughness philosophy, then the Rangeman is perfect for you. Now, when it comes to battery life and in terms of full GPS functionality, Rangeman, right? Then the Garmin Fenix 5X, then Pro Trek WSD-F20. With the activity tracking, again, it depends. If you're into all of the sports-like tracking, then the Fenix 5 or the WSD-F20 works. But if you're not really into all that, then the Rangeman is better for you. If you want a watch with more smart watch-like features, like displaying your text, alerts, and emails on your watch, then the Fenix 5 or the WSD-F20 is for you. Have an Android phone? Then ProTrek may be your best bet. Bottom line, all three watches have great GPS and are especially great for those who love outdoor adventures and who need or want to capture everything they do. Now, when it comes to the price, Rangeman as of now has a retail price of $800 in US currency, whereas the Garmin Fenix 5 has a retail price range from $600 to $850 in US currency, and the WSD-F20 has a retail price range from $300 to $500 in US currency. So these are the things to consider. All right, everyone. So that's all for today. I hope this comparison helped you out. If you're on the fence with whether to get the Garmin Fenix 5 or the ProTrek WSD-F20 or a G-Shock GPRB1000 Rangeman watch, hopefully this video helped to iron out the similarities and differences between them, and hopefully they didn't confuse you. Anyway, thanks so much from all of you who have commented on previous videos about the GPR Rangeman, the Garmin Fenix 5, and the ProTrek WSD-F20. This video would not be what it is without all of your feedback. So we at Total G-Shockers really appreciate the love and even the criticism that we get in order to make these videos better and more valuable for you. Now, if you have a question or want a specific video about G-Shock done, just put it in the comments section. I'll see it and respond, and we'll be happy to get that video out to you if you request it. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you didn't like this video, you know what to do. Go ahead and give it a thumbs down. It's all right. It won't hurt my feelings. All I really care about is making sure I'm dropping valuable content that will help you out. So your feedback is greatly appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when our content hits YouTube. That's all for today. I'll talk to you soon. And as always, continue to rock your G-Shock nonstop. Deuces!